all doing great on this Monday evening. I've missed you guys. I know that I have been MIA. Just, I think the last time I saw y'all was like, I think last Tuesday. It's almost a week now. Um, yeah, just needed some time, you know, like a whirlwind of things just happening in life. Life be life, and sometimes we just need to take a breather, right? Um, yeah, so that's what I've been doing for the past, going on a week now, just, other than working, of course. But yeah, so with all that said, like I said, I hope you guys have been well. I miss y'all. I hope that people tap in, especially, some familiar names slash faces that I absolutely love and adore. So with all that said, for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. I hope that you like what you see here. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And if you have been rocking with your girl for a bit already, um, welcome back. You guys are the bestest. Like I said, I've been missing you guys for sure. So I figured I'd tap in with y'all, see what's going on. And thank you for asking about my brother. He's doing better. He's home. I've been on top of him, making sure he's taking his meds. Making sure he's eating better. So being big sister slash second mommy. Got my couple of my girlies here, other girlies here who I absolutely love and adore. Some of the best tarot readers around. So we got Castor River in the building, my bestie, my soully, my sister. Love that girl, absolutely love her. Definitely check her out. She's actually she has a promotion going on right now, like a flash sale. Check her out on her YouTube, I mean her Facebook rather, under the same name, Castor River. Check her out. That's a person who I trust wholeheartedly with my energy. Check her out for sure. Real deal Holyfield. And Aya Inspired Tarot is also amazing at what she does. Very inspirational. Hence the name, right? So those are people again who I trust with my energy, and I definitely would recommend them to you guys. But yeah, so we're gonna tap in before I go rambling because you guys know how I am. I talk too damn much. Diarrhea of the mouth. But I'm happy to see you guys. Um, so yeah, let's get started. We're gonna this is a general reading for now. I do plan on, for those of you who always want to know, I do plan on doing the free yes and no's and discounted readings later this evening after this. So just putting that out there. If you guys want to stick around, and see how that what that be info, you know what I mean? What that be like? Yeah. So we'll uh, we'll tap in. All right, Spirit, only let positive energy into this message, or this reading rather, for the collective at this time. What do they need to know and see at this time for their highest good? Clearest and most accurate messages, please and thank you. Um, yeah, so let's just see what's going on with you guys at this time. I'm going to pull a few for, oracle cards to start, and then we'll kind of uh, look deeper into what's going on with the tarot afterwards. Let's do a couple more shuffles. And I know I'm gonna get flagged. I have it low in the background. I hope it barely can be heard, but like there's like jazz music, and it's it's not like the copyright free stuff. So I'm like I'm definitely gonna get flagged, but it's fine. All right. Oh, interesting. So on the bottom of the deck, starting out, we have reconciliation. It says restoration of former connections, apologies, and forgiveness. Trying again in a different way in conversation. So there might be a conversation to be had with somebody in terms of reconciliation. I don't know if it's a romantic connection or what, but for some of you it could be. Maybe you'll get like an invite for like, going out for drinks or something. With the holidays coming up, a lot of people tend to, kind of show up out of nowhere, out of the woodworks, and want to reconnect and talk and stuff. So it could be something like that. Not sure, but we're gonna dive deeper. That was just on the bottom of the deck, so let's see what actually like comes out. All right, we have key. Opening doors to a better future, access to what was hidden, finding solutions, access to previously closed doors. Interesting. So new things might be getting ready to come in for you guys. I'm getting for some people, this seems a little more specific because the card doesn't necessarily say this, but some of you might be moving, like physically moving to a new location, new apartments, new homes, getting something along those lines. I'm even getting new cars for somebody. Let me know if that resonates. Um, it's gonna be different for everybody, obviously, because it is a collective message. But as the messages come out, just let me know if they make sense or if they resonate with your particular story. Because I know everybody's got different things going on. All right. We have rare gift. I like. A special gift given to you. Seize the opportunities. Unique gifts bring luck and success. The power to attract wealth. Hmm. I like that. I wonder if one of these things that could be coming towards you, especially with like opening new doors. For some of you, could be new job opportunities. That's been showing up a lot. I know I've been neglecting you guys lately. Sorry. I've just been tired. I had a lot going on lately, but yeah, for some of you, could have something to do with that. New job opportunities coming towards you, or something of monetary value, possibly. Hmm. I want to know more shit. I'm gonna claim this reading for myself, if that's what they talking about. We got something about online presence, possibly. It says online being active on social media, strong social media presence, influencer, emails, online dating, online business. So perhaps some of you might have like an online business or something like that, and things are about to get better. You're about to like maybe like learn new things about how to go into that sector of making money. Or being present on social media more in general. I get some important news through being online, like through email or something like that. Or it could be like a message that's sent from far away. So like maybe even like even if it's not online, maybe it's like in the form of a physical letter, but there's distance there in some kind of way. Interesting. Whatever it is it's like fated to happen this way too. Tell us more. Hmm. Okay, I'm happy that we're getting a little bit of somebody saying that they resonate with that so far. Yeah, moving is definitely nerve wracking, especially if you're going to like a completely different place. Oh wow. Oh, we got to talk, girl. I know I was supposed to call you the other night, but I was so like when I got home from the hair salon, I went and made an extra stop, and then when I got home, it was getting late. I was tired as hell, and then I forgot to reach out and like tell you, but I went to bed early as hell that night. I was so tired. I was starving. When I was at the hair salon, I was like, oh my god, I'm under the fucking like she's pulling my on my hair, and taming the nigga naps. This is not my next texture. I'm pretty sure y'all know that already. I got a fro. So she washed my hair and all that, gave me the deep treatment, and then back to that fro state under that damn tension of that doggone blow dryer and pulling on my hair. I'm like, oh, that fucking hurts because I'm tender headed. So, oh man, I was tired as hell. I was like, I'm ready to go home. All right, we got deep thinking. Thinking twice on a decision, preoccupied with one's thoughts, self reflection, and being analytical and logical. Now, that makes sense because we are seeing this energy of like, people who are about to be doing something pretty major right now, right? These, uh, these big moves, literally for some of y'all, it's moves like, or trying to like Castor River, aka my bestie, just said that she was about to finally go live on YouTube, and then something came up. So it's like there's definitely this energy of you guys doing a lot of deep diving when it comes to trying to figure out how to do something, trying to figure out how to stay motivated. I'm even getting to. I know that seems a little like off compared to everything else that we just were talking about, but that's what they told me to say, so I'm gonna say it. staying motivated might be one of the things that's been kind of a challenge. I just all of a sudden got really, really anxious out of nowhere. I was just fine a second ago, but I got really anxious. Like, some of you might get in your head about whatever it is that you're about to start working on or do. Whether it's this move for some of you, being more present on social media for your work, business type stuff, whatever the case. But the thing is, it's like they're letting you know, like, on the other side of all of this, there is something that's going to come towards you. It's going to kind of help unlock doors that have been previously closed to you because of the fact that this is something you've been being nudged to do for a long time. So, take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. It's going to look different for everybody. But I'm going to get maybe two or three more from here. Um, Ironically enough, I just got a notification from a group that I'm in that's about learning how to monetize online and um, be more present online for your business. I don't be on there like that because I get all in my feelings and I'm like, I don't know if I can even do this. look, look what's here. Thank you, Spirit. Look, guys. So for some of you, you're gonna resonate with this for sure. As I said, what I just said, finances, financial issues are a factor. Trying to generate more income. Can't make this shit up. I just said that. Um, Good and bad financial changes, clearing debts. So finances might be a thing right now that some of you guys are kind of working on, trying to get that kind of ball rolling, and that's going to have to do a lot with this creative endeavor that some of you guys are about to be on and embark on, because now what we have is, it says creativity. These two cards came out together. um, New creative ideas focused on expressing yourself, following your creative instincts, and creative projects or a creative life. So you have these creative ideas or whatever that are going to bring in finances, help you out with that. So you've been thinking a lot. I'm even getting that some of you guys might be getting like downloads in the middle of the night. Most annoying shit in the world, isn't it? It's like, does it have to happen in the middle of the night at fucking 3 in the morning when I have to get up at 6? Like, can it happen at any other time of the day? Like when I'm actually awake, and I'm chilling. Like, can it happen when I'm getting a couch potato at 7 o'clock in the evening and I'm just chilling? No, it has to happen at 3 or 4 in the fucking morning, right? So somebody might be going through the same thing, waking up with like all these ideas and shit coming to you out of nowhere. You're like, what the fuck? Like, I just want to fucking sleep. But then, like, the thing is, like, all these ideas that are coming towards you are going to be, things that can help, bring a sense of a fruitful outcome. So that's what I'm seeing so far. Let's get one more from here. Oh, look. Celebrate good times. Come on. Celebration. Um, Parties, social events, happy outcome. Happy, I like that. Happy outcome. Group events, socializing, and going out more. So I'm also getting that, when it comes to this social or being more present, like on social media and stuff, some of you might resonate with the idea of needing to like kind of expand your horizons when it comes to your social group. I'm getting something like that. Excuse me for throat chakra. For somebody. But I'm also getting something like couple of things I'm getting. Going out more, being more social, having fun. I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm such a homebody now. I was just talking to my coworkers yesterday. I'm like, guys, I used to be this young, hot tamale who was always out and about, and I'm so fucking boring. I'm like, when did I like legit become just a fucking school teacher? Like, when did that happen? That's all I am now. And then I do this. Wow, how about that for juxtaposition, right? But the thing is, it's like I'm not like how I used to be, right? And some of you guys might be feeling like that. Gotta get your groove back, especially those of us who are still single, you know. Go out there and mingle a little bit, have fun. I'm also getting another thing I just picked up on too is celebrating your small victories. Some of us, I'm gonna say us because I feel like I resonate with this, um, might have a hard time with acknowledging how far we've come and being able to give ourselves credit where it's due. Celebrate all of your victories, no matter how big and how small. Easier said than done. I understand. You know, a lot of us are really hard on ourselves, but we could work on that, right? As a collective, right? That's why I'm doing a collective reading. Um, work on that, you know, together, right? Acknowledge each other's, you know, strong points and things like that, and learn how to acknowledge those same strong points within ourselves. I'm getting something like that. And I really can't see, sorry. Right. Yeah, it's like when we have all of our different, you know, obligations and things that, you know, we must do, right? It's like it makes it very difficult to be able to, you know, make that time to be social and things like that. But and there's some where we got to figure out things to, you know, do, even if it's not like going out and about, you know, doing something at your own home, you know, inviting friends over and, you know, having like, you know, a girls night in type of thing, or a potluck. They have those cute little like the color parties and stuff where everybody brings like, you know, a food or a drink that's like a certain color. I think those are really cute. I've been to a couple of those. That's actually really fun. um, you know, like if you can't physically go somewhere, do it at your own house. Things like that, or doing something nice for yourself in general, right? Make yourself a really nice dinner. I feel like I spent a lot of time on that one card, but that spirit wanted me to talk about that. So, you know, I'm getting self love and self care in there. One more. Uh, yeah, so before I ramble on too much, because y'all know me. Well, you know, for those of y'all know. We have delays. It says frustrated by slow results. Makes sense because that's how I've been feeling. Any pace is a good pace. Patience and perseverance. You can't rush the process. So, understanding that, you know, all these things take time and patience. Whoop de doo. You guys talking directly to me now? Great. They be calling me out sometimes. Because a lot of this looks like it could be me. I cleanse the hell out of my space. I cleanse the hell out of the space, and myself. So it just goes to show that we're on, you know, a lot of us are kind of going through that same ebb and flow of life right now. Certain things, right? But yeah, you know, we just feel like things are moving slowly and you're trying to figure out, well, when is it going to get better? When is it going to change? You know, I've been working my ass off at X, Y, and Z and nothing seems to be happening. What the fuck's going on? And it's like, you know, it does take time, you know. So, I apologize if I have to get like super close. I'm probably like, damn, nigga, we don't want to see your face that close. That's good. See, I need to be open to stuff like that because, like, when people like hit me up like for a random like rendezvous, oh, let's go do this. So I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm already asleep, nigga. Like, I'm in bed. I ain't going nowhere. But one thing with me, once I'm comfortable, my joke now, especially like with my hair like this, because I have to wrap it, like if it's in my fro, I just put a bonnet on, whatever, no big deal. But when it's like this, I have to actually wrap it, and that takes a, you know, to get it like get my doobie like right. I have to make sure that that shit like, you know, nice and tight. Make sure it's good so that I got the swang the next day. You know what I mean? My black girls know, or my curly haired girls know. If you ever had your hair straightened and you had to wrap your hair, like you ain't trying to wrap your hair and then unwrap that shit to go out to have to rewrap it again. You like, nah, mm-mm. Once I put that bonnet on or that scarf on, that's it. I'm staying my black ass in the house, my colored ass in the house. I ain't going nowhere. So yeah, I tell everybody, I'm like, you better hit me up at a reasonable time. My girl hit me up at like what, last weekend, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, like 11 o'clock. I'm like, girl, I am not a young spring chicken anymore. I am not 25. Where I could just be out and about like that. I mean, I can if I wanted to, but if I wanted it bad enough, I could. But yeah, no, absolutely not. I'm like, girl, I gotta work in the morning. No. She's like, oh, come on, you should come out. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not doing it. But anyway, I could probably work on that. Somebody offered me a date recently, and I was just like, oh, can we plan it in advance? I hit him with one of those. So, anywho, we got on the bottom of that we have between worlds, torn between two paths. Space between the old and the new, trying to balance your two lives and in transition. So, a lot of these delays are happening because remember, there was like what felt like a blockage, right? That's what we were talking about earlier. Like, this energy of feeling kind of blocked for a while, but things are about to start looking up because now the things that you've been kind of nudged to do, the things you've been nudged to work on, are starting to come into fruition. You've been putting in the effort. So those delays are about to start coming to a stop. Things are about to start shifting and changing. And now it's like, you're about to go over that threshold, right? That energy of you were stuck in one place for a while and now you're about to approach something new. So I like this. Higher power, choosing your highest good, aligning with your higher self, connected to spirit on the path of the divine. So remember I was saying that you guys may have been really feeling nudged to do certain things is because your higher self and the higher power source, whatever you want to call it, God, has been kind of pushing you to do something for a while. And then you're like, putting it off, causing delays. um, I can say that for myself. I've been causing a lot of my own delays, honestly, by not listening sometimes. Sorry, guides. Sorry, God, ancestors, all of you guys who've been pushing me to do certain things, and I just be like, in my head too much in a funk. Um, Middle of the deck we have rebuilding your life after loss, investing a lot of effort, ready to take action to improve, determination and drive. I like that. So you're feeling a lot more driven to do the things that it is that you've been called to do. um Excuse me, let me go reach over here for another deck that I thought that I had over here, but I guess I forgot to grab it. All right, got it. Let's see. So again, for those of you who are resonating with the messages as they come out, let me know by like hitting that like button, conversing with me in the comment section or amongst yourselves. All those things are helpful when it comes to connecting with the energy and all that good stuff. um, I said a few things. Ooh, that sounds cool. Tattooing. Wow. I know that you're an artiste, so that's pretty cool. You show me some of your work when you decide to do it. Maybe I'll, have to be a great supporter and, get one of your first works of art because I only have one tattoo and it's a tramp stamp and it's not a good one. And I got it when I was like 16, and I was just like, I'm just like, you know what? I could have a meaningful tattoo, you know what I mean? And a good one at that, because I know you're talented. So yeah, that's funny. But yeah, and as you know, time is fluid, right? Like people, they seem like they're gonna act right, and then they just act different, and then we're just like, you know what? It is what it is. Especially when they start showing their ass, like, nah, I'm good. Yep. When they start showing their ass, you got to cut their ass out with this Queen of Swords here. Rejected. Right? So, we got to do what we got to do sometimes. Oh, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. All right. So, let's see. Let's do a, excuse me. Let's do a 5 card, maybe? Yeah, let's do a 5 card spread. That's what's going on with you guys. And we'll do some last like messages, like inspiration and motivation slash advice, I guess you could say. And then we'll close this one out. And for those of you who stick around, um, there will be a secret password. Some of you might remember the one from like a couple of weeks ago. Like I said, there's been a lot going on. For those of you who remember, you'll still, it's like a rain check. You'll get yours too if you remember what that word was. It was turkey. But for the for those of you who stick around to the end, for this one, I'm gonna give a new one, and I'll keep both of those in mind when I see them pop up in the comment section, and you will get a free 3 card spread. So just saying, it's worth it to actually watch these videos to the end, because there's a lot of little things I've been trying to implement on here to build engagement and things like that, and build a good rapport with you guys. So want to make sure that I look out for you guys the way you look out for me. But yeah. So like I said, the last one was turkey, if you didn't remember. So you could say turkey or whatever the next one is. I don't know, I didn't come up with one yet. Okay, so we have 8 of Wands here on the bottom of the deck. So that's fast moving energy. It could be fast communication. It could represent actual physical moving, but things are about to start building momentum, is what I'm getting. Right? Because we did have that energy if there might have been like some blockages. And I think you guys are about to kind of get over that hump of things, you know, feeling very, very stuck and stagnant, maybe. Turkey giveaways. That's funny. Gobble gobble. You guys are funny. Ooh, I'm looking forward to making a turkey. It's funny how there's a lot of people who really don't like turkey. They just eat it because it's a traditional kind of thing, and I'm like, I actually like turkey if it's cooked right. My turkey's bomb. My turkey, they're like, you would think you're eating chicken as opposed to turkey, because my shit is not dry at all. Like, that should be falling off the bone. One time I made one, the wing was like falling off. I was like, damn, that shit was tender. Like, you didn't have to do nothing. Like, the meat just slipped right off. I was like, damn, I put my foot in this turkey. My brother was like, yo, Shell, that shit was fucking busting. I was like, I'm happy you enjoyed it. My brothers both went for like 2, 3 servings, and then both of them crashed on the couch just sleeping. Because turkey makes you tired, and they were watching like the football game. The next thing you know, the football game was watching them on Thanksgiving a couple of times. I'm like, damn, okay. But anyway, just saying, chef's kiss. I like to cook, especially for my family. I love to see their faces when something's really good. And they're just, oh my god, these greens is busting, or damn, this macaroni and cheese is like that. Look at that cheese pull. Yeah, they caught the itis big time. They was feeling great. All right, so yeah, 5 card spread. All right, so what we got here? That one fell off weird. All right, we have the 7 of Swords, but it came out in a challenging position, and so this is what I'm picking up on so far, right? With this being in a challenging position, and then on the bottom of the deck we have the Lovers, which is about major choices. I feel like, in a way, just from what I'm picking up on energetically, I feel like some of you guys have been, I've heard the words, you're playing yourselves. And what I think they're trying to say there is like, you've deceived yourself for a long time. Like, with self delusions and things like that. But you're coming out of that. You're starting to realize now, let me know if this resonates with any of you, but you're kind of realizing that, wow, you know what? And I said it just a little while ago about my own self. What happens over time is, right, we all go through this at different points in time, right? There's things in our lives where there's stuff that we're meant to do, right? But the fear and stuff kicks in, and we become so reliant on what we are already comfortable with, what we already know, um, things along those lines, right? And then we keep ourselves stuck in our circumstances because we're fearful of change. So some of you might have dealt with that. So I'm getting self delusion, kind of fooling your own self. And now it's like, okay, well, you're getting to that point where it's like, you either have done this already or you're going through it now. or about to go through it. And, yeah, these burdens that are about to have to be lifted, you're at the end of your rope with this 10 of Wands here. But the thing is, it's like, it does come down to conscious decision making, right? Hard decisions, yes. But, excuse me, knowing that you have to do something, right? For some of you, it could even have to do with, like, your social circle or family or your community, having to understand that, you might have to, like, leave certain things or people behind. I'm getting something like that. Take it as it resonates. That seems a little more specific. But what did my girl say? Oh, wow. You could say that again, because people be fucking macaroni and cheese up. I'm like, how did you make it all weird like that? There's no cheese in there. There's no cheese pull. Where's the cheese? Shit, girl. You do what you gotta do. There's been a couple of Thanksgivings where, what I ended up doing, where my family, what we did was we made Cornish hens, which are definitely cheaper. And, we were able to, we did it together as a family. So we bought enough Cornish hens for each of us. And, my family, like the ones that come and celebrate with us, like in the house, is us, like about five of us. So it's like, we each got a Cornish hen, and then we all together seasoned it up the way that we wanted it. And then we taste tested each other's Cornish hen, and it was kind of cool because we had that variety. Like, ooh, that one like kind of like got some sazon and adobo on it. Okay, we acting like we Puerto Rican, we ain't. That shit was buzzing. My brother did it like that. I did mine more. One time I did mine more like a jerk style. I ain't Jamaican, but that shit was good. My mom did it more like traditional, like how she would have done the turkey, and that shit was good. She stuffed it and everything. My little brother, he just did random stuff. The other brother, he did some random stuff. They all came out good. They all were good. I was like, okay. And what, it's funny because like tradition is like that, right? You could create your own traditions. You keep traditions going if you want to. Um, Whatever works for your family, right? And sometimes for your budget too, because shit, that year we was all struggling. And we was like, we ain't getting no big ass bird. This year we're doing Cornish hens, and those shits came out good. They were, like I said, they all came out good, and they were all different. So it's like, that was the only time we ever did that, but it was really fun how we all were in the kitchen together. And it was fun, like, oh, I bet you my bird's gonna be better than your bird. It was cute. It was fun. All right, so let's see what else is going on. Speaking of which, like, while you guys are like conversing within the comment section and stuff, do you guys celebrate Thanksgiving? And if you do, what are some of your favorite traditions, some of your favorite foods that you like to eat during Thanksgiving? We got the holidays coming up, so that's nice. And even if you don't celebrate, like, do you do something maybe just with your family? Like, maybe not like celebrating Thanksgiving in and of itself, but maybe do something with the family or something. Everybody does different things. I like to learn these different things about you guys. All right. Excuse me. All right, so got two cards that came out. Remember I was talking about major decisions? Okay, so this card fell on the floor like this. The Two of Swords in the reverse, and this one fell on my leg, the Five of Pentacles. So it's giving me this energy. They came out together. So I'm gonna read them as such. That energy of understanding that there is a decision to be made. We already talked about that. So, the misfortunes and things like that in your life, some of them, could have been because of the fact that you've been allowing yourself to stay in situations that you don't belong. Um, and I hear a siren in the background out there. Now the thing is, of course, it's like, Nobody wants to be the one that, like, be the bearer of bad news or have to blame self for any of these type of things. But at the same time, we have to take accountability. I'm gonna say we, because I do feel like I fall in that category. I know that a lot of things that I have going on in my life right now, just speaking for self, I can easily work on and or change if I make changes within myself, if I make changes within my behaviors, things like that. So it's just a matter of, you know, all that deep thinking that some of you guys have been doing, myself included, right? Understanding that, overthinking causes the delays. It's time to take action. This is a time to go towards the things that you know that you're meant to do, the things that you've been guided to do. You feel like you're meant to do it. Go for it, right? You're protected at this time to do these things. I don't know why I said those words, but that's what I felt. Like, you're protected. Things are gonna look up and they're gonna work in your favor, and it's gonna cause for a great sense of happiness with this Ten of Cups. Great sense of happiness. If family is involved at all, like kids, marriage, things along those lines, things are going to start looking up for you. Some of you might be feeling like you have to make a decision because of family, but just make sure that even though family is always a factor, especially when we're talking about kids, or if you're married or, have a cohabitating relationship with somebody, so on and so forth. Um, the thing is, like, don't allow for those factors to influence your decision making too much, because those things can keep you feeling stuck and stagnant. Let's just be honest with ourselves. We've all been there, I'm pretty sure. Right? Where, we make our decisions based on, our family's needs. When we're talking about our own kids, it's a little bit different. But like when we're talking about, like, our parents, our siblings, cousins, grandparents, like, sometimes it's like, okay, where does it end? You know what I mean? It's like we gotta find out, where you draw the line. Because a lot of times, especially those of us who might have like that sense of being an empath, right? Some of you might resonate with that. You feel for everybody, right? Everybody comes towards you, your friends, your family, whatever. And it's like everybody comes towards you for advice, for because they need something all the time. And it's like, but then when you go to those same people, they don't do shit for you. And it's like, well, shit. Damn. And that leaves you like feeling like you're in the fucking dark. Well, now it's like you've depleted yourself fucking dry for other people. Make sure that the decisions that you make now are about your own happiness too, right? Factor that in when it comes to your decision making. Not always about everybody else. You know what I mean? And it's not about being selfish. It's about, you know, it's about self gratification. It's about self preservation, right? Like, you can't pour from a fucking empty fucking cup. Like, if you're constantly doing for everybody else, constantly all the time, to the point where you're completely depleted and you have nothing left, like, then what? There's a reason why I kept feeling like self love, self care earlier. I'm looking at one of my decks right there. It's like staring me in the face. Um, but yeah, again, let me know if this is resonating, if it makes sense. But yeah, this is a time of healing for some of you. Four of Swords here. Healing, restoration, also maybe contemplation even for some of you. Like, kind of like between a rock and a hard place, trying to figure out where to go from here. Yeah, because you have to make some decisions. Uh, King of Swords here. Remember, we did see that Queen of Swords show up early in the reading. Or not early, but like, once I started pulling from the tarot, we saw that energy was on the bottom of the deck. I was like, this is that energy of you guys needing to cut things out where, at its source, wherever you need to. Tell us more. What else is going on here? Okay. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. That's good. I like that energy. I do feel like, and I kind of was saying, like, things are about to kind of start going in your favor after periods of misfortune. I literally just said that. Um, I think basically what Spirit is saying, like, as you continue to work on this, almost like a purging energy, right? when you start to realize the things that need to be released, whether it's your own ways of doing things or thinking, whether it's people around you, so on and so forth, you take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But I think a lot of you guys are paying a lot closer attention to those things right now with this page of swords here. I'm also getting that you guys might be doing a lot of research about something, which we talked about earlier in the reading, when it comes to like, if you're trying to figure out like a place, like a new place to live. I just heard job market. So let's say if you're moving and it's like, out of like, out of your town or out of your state, understanding the job market, right? Doing your research. Excuse me. Nonetheless, whatever this might mean for you and your circumstances, it's basically saying that things are about to start looking up. Now, this is just really going to be a matter of, you know, paying that close attention, studying things, and understanding where some of these delays might come from when they do occur or when they have occurred. Really dissecting things, looking at it from a new perspective. I'm getting, yeah, things are about to balance out. We got the Justice card here. But actually, yeah, we got a lot of major arcana showing up. Learning karmic lessons, things like that. Um, hey, Tamasha, how are you? Excuse me. Nice to see you. Yeah, going back and forth, right? Two of Pentacles. But I'm also getting a sense of balance. So that card could represent balance as well. So, especially when it comes to finances. So, finances, for instance, because we did have finances here that showed up earlier, finances have been a factor at all. Things are about to start looking up. Um, but again, it does come down to conscious efforts and decisions. So on and so forth. So, those are all very, very important things to keep in mind, I think. Um, I'm glad to be here, and thank you. He's doing better. I'm being a big. I was saying earlier, I'm being a big sister slash second mommy, and I'm on top of him about everything. He's probably really tired of me, and I'm like, that's fine. You can be tired of me all you want, but you're gonna do what the hell the doctor told you to do. And I ain't playing these games with your little punk self. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're 36. You're my little brother and you're my baby. And I helped raise your ass. So guess what? You're gonna listen to your sister. But Monique was asking, what is a karmic lesson? So a karmic lesson, everybody has like a little bit of a different take on what it means. To me, what a karmic lesson is something that, if you believe in like things like soul contracts, and that we have one soul. Hey, tears and we tarot show in the building. Boop, 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 boop. That is my sister. That is one of the coolest people on the fucking planet. um Definitely subscribe to her channel. Absolutely amazing reader. You will not be disappointed. But yeah, one of my favorite people, somebody who I trust with my energy. Just saying. So there's that. Happy to see you here, girl. Miss you. Um, but yeah, so my take on what like a karmic lesson is, it's basically if you believe in like the idea of like soul contracts, or like we have a soul, right? And our soul, like that energy, or okay, I will never be able to deliver it as well as Lati from Tears and Wheat Tarot Show can, right? Because this girl is so like when it comes to philosophy and metaphysics and all, oh my gosh, she has like a whole arsenal of books and shit, and she will pull out a book and be like, so, I'm like, damn, she's good. She's like a human library and shit, but very knowledgeable, okay? But yeah, so if you believe in the idea of like things like reincarnation, or that we have a soul, right? Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, that idea, right? So personally, I believe, and a lot of people as well believe, the idea that our soul goes from one physical being to the next every time we die. We don't actually die, we just go into a new body. But our soul has contracts, and in those contracts, there are things that we're meant to accomplish in each one. So every time we have a lifetime, There's things that we're meant to do, and when we don't do it, it becomes a lesson in the next lifetime. And it just keeps on repeating itself if you don't fucking do what you're supposed to do. Right? So it just keeps repeating itself. Even in the same lifetime, you might go through the same lesson over and over again. That's considered a karmic lesson. So, or at least this is my take on what a karmic lesson is. So, just like how you can have a karmic partner, right? So, if you've heard of the word of a karmic, right? Um, a karmic partner is somebody who you're supposed to learn something from in a past lifetime and you did not learn your lesson in that past lifetime. So now that person's soul and your soul has to come together again in this new lifetime to figure out that lesson. So, yeah, soul contracts, soul ties, like these are words that are tend to be thrown around a lot within the community. Um, Even twin flames, like you're supposed to like learn from your twin flame. Soulmates, they're supposed to help you actually grow, but you grow together, and like it's not meant to be painful, right? It's meant to actually like, it could be a friend, it could be a family member, but that's a person that you'll feel a strong connection to who helps you grow. You help them grow in a positive way, not in a painful way. But like a lot of times, like karmics are, it's usually one sided, by the way. A karmic would be somebody who you had to learn a lesson of, I don't know, reciprocity. That was one of mine. Um, that you can't keep on giving to a person and not getting anything back from that person to the point where they deplete you of all your fucking energy. As a lesson I had to learn more than once in this lifetime. So what happens is sometimes even like, you'll have to learn the same lesson more than once in one lifetime because you think you learned the lesson and then you repeat the same fucking pattern. The universe has a funny way of working like that too, where they'll teach you the same lesson more than once. These are things that are fated to happen that way. The Wheel of Fortune. Sorry if I rambled on too much. I wish I could be clear and concise on these kind of things, like how Lati would have been. She would have just broke it down like that. I'm not that. I'm too wordy. In fact, I've been told when I write papers that I have a very flowery vocabulary, and then they say, "Yeah, you gotta condense it." And I'm like, "Well, god damn it, you don't understand who my father is, because that motherfucker can talk, and that's me." But anyway, so I hope that made sense, and I hope that thanks, Dad. My gosh, I'm so much like him sometimes. But yeah, so I hope that at least made some sense, right? We all have different things that are a repeated theme in our. That's a good word. Repeated theme in our lives. That's a karmic lesson as well. Things that keep on happening over and over, where you're trying to figure out what the fuck. Like every time I think I understand this shit, I don't understand it. Aya just said setting healthy boundaries. There you go. That's a common one for a lot of people, myself included. Um, yeah, setting healthy boundaries might be one of them, and you might have to go through that same lesson over and over again when it comes to friends, family, romantic relationships, work. A theme that you keep seeing over and over again. That would be considered as a karmic lesson. So, enough of my rambling, because you guys already know how I get down. All right, so I'm gonna pull like two or three more from here, two more from here, and then some advice or something like that, and then that'll be it. So that I could debrief and then do the excuse me, do the free stuff after this. And I said I didn't come up with a word yet, but I will. um, let's see. Um, what else does the collective need to know? All right, we got the Knight of Wands. So I am getting that a lot of you guys are being called right now to really pursue the things that you're passionate about and take advantage of those opportunities. This is a time to get moving. This is a time to go after things, pursue them. If you've been like, holding back a lot, they're like, it's time to free up the reins a little bit. Maybe some of you guys are very controlling, and like, when I say controlling, I mean like not in like a bad way, but like, very what's the word I'm looking for? Very controlled when it comes to how you run your life. Again, not a bad thing in and of itself, but at the same time, if you're too closed off to the idea of, for instance, new opportunities that come towards you, or too afraid to take a risk and a chance when it comes to things that you know that you want to do or you feel drawn to do it, so on and so forth, it's going to keep you feeling stuck. We saw that energy already, and it could do as much as even affect your, your finances in some cases, depending on the circumstances here. For some of you, we talked about it before, but this could represent even physically moving. So, look, wow, you can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. I flipped the deck. What's on the bottom? Ace of Pentacles. Come on now. There's opportunities coming in. For some of you, it's monetary. So it's like you're causing. I don't want to say it like that. It sounds like I'm like victim blaming. Sorry, that sounded a little harsh. Some of your choices or lack thereof when it comes to not taking action towards the things that you know that you would like to do are causing some setbacks in your life, possibly financially. Does that sound a little bit better? Because what I initially said sounded really asshole-ish. Like, damn, nigga, like, you're supposed to be a tarot reader. You're supposed to, try to be a little bit tactful at least. I try to be tactful here. Um, there's times I have to tell y'all what it is and say it just as that, but I do still try to make sure that I'm tactful, so that you guys could get the message and feel comforted at the same time. That's my modality of how I approach things. Um, we have Eight of Wands here on the top of the deck, which is another card representing movement, right? We saw that earlier in the reading too. I think it was on the bottom of the deck or something like that, middle or something like that. But point being, this fast moving energy, possibly physically moving. We talked about this several times now. I'm just saying. Yeah, so if the idea of moving has been a thing, key, right? Earlier in the reading. There's so many opportunities awaiting you if you make that move, whether it's physically or just moving away from a company that you already work for, so on and so forth. Putting yourself out there when it comes to your business ventures, you know, take it as it resonates. But there is definitely there are definitely some good things coming towards you. Excuse me. I'm also getting building new partnerships with this Two of Cups here. Um, whether it's romantic, I'm not really picking up on romance right now in this reading. However, it will be different for everybody, right? So for some of you, it could represent that. But I'm more so picking up on this is going to be about these relationships that you're and bonds that you're going to be able to build with people who are, on a equal playing field with you, where you guys have great brilliant ideas that you could bounce off of each other and feed off of each other in a positive way, come together and come up with new ideas. I'm getting something like that for somebody. Let me know if it resonates. Do, 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 do. Likely outcome. And I do appreciate you guys for being here. I know that I have not been as active the past couple of weeks, and I do apologize. This has been a crazy whirlwind of the past couple of weeks. A lot of stuff going on, but I want to try to get back to my momentum because I was doing really good. I was on here like 3 times a week, twice a day type of thing. I want to get back to that. Ooh, I like this. 10 of Pentacles, yes. Yeah, money's about to start looking better. I heard the word investment, even though investment is usually more so attached to the idea of like the Seven of Pentacles. I'm getting it even from there. It's almost like your investment is going to pay off. Like all that hard work and energy that you've put into something is about to start like looking different. Um, this might be a time to start saving. I'm also getting like you might get a large sum of money. Bear with me, I'm getting a download. I'm trying to pick up what they're trying to tell me here. I'm getting something like, remember how we were talking about a partnership? There might be a partnership that's going to be very lucrative. that's going to allow for you to start to, you know, build a sense of stability, is what I'm getting, something like that. And for those of you who resonate with the idea of it possibly being romantic, I didn't pick up on much romance. However, for some of you, it could be. Um, there's going to be something very positive to come out of it, and it's going to, you know, benefit both of you guys in a really, really good way, including for some of you financially, if you resonate with that part of the message. I think that a lot of you guys went through a period of just feeling like, you know, kind of at your wits' end, like bored, like this shit's fucking lame. Like, when is it gonna get better? But I'm getting that it's about to start switching up. Look, we got this fucking Ace of Pentacles here again. And then on the bottom of the deck, we had the Four of Cups, which is about, you know, feeling maybe a sense of rejection, or feeling a sense of apathy. Um, dissatisfaction is a good word to use. But I feel like it's about to, yeah, like that's coming to an end. The Death card. That's coming to an end. And because and a lot of this has to do with the fact that you guys are about to make conscious decisions to do things differently in your own lives, and that's when you're going to be able to welcome in this. So, you know, remember, new endings, or sorry, endings bring in new beginnings. So by making that decision to say, okay, I'm going to do what's best for me at this time, and I'm going to do what feels right, what I've been called to do, so on and so forth, you're gonna start seeing some things start to shift and change in your lives. And it's gonna look good. It's gonna feel good, and you're gonna be like, okay, this is what I've been wanting this whole fucking time. But you know, perhaps, you know, it just took a while to come through because of the fact that, you know, there may be some lessons that you had to learn, things like that, to get to this point. One of those lessons possibly being just the fact that you can't keep on pouring into the wrong things or people or situations anymore. It's time to kind of, you know, put that same effort and energy into yourself, and then into things that you care about, things that you value. Getting something like that. Yang, yeah, balancing it out. I just heard the word alchemy when I looked at this card. Um, you know, you might be alchemizing, right? You know, taking, you know, those negatives and turning them into positives. Manifesting. I'm getting something like that. Reading these cards intuitively, by the way. I'm not reading from the guidebook. Community, yeah, I said something about that earlier, right? Building a great sense of community and understanding that, you know, you want to make sure that your relationships in your life are equally yoked. No matter what capacity you're talking about, whether it's work related, friends, family, doesn't matter. Romance, you know, when you're building a sense of community, right? You want it to be on a strong foundation. You can't have people in your life who are weak links. You got to make sure that the people around you are solid in order to, you know, pursue the things that it is that you would like to pursue. I'm also getting that if there are any of you who are afraid to rely on your community, aka friends and family, this might be a time to rely on them more. This might be a time to understand that you can't do everything by yourself all the time. You might be so used to doing everything by yourself, or for other people, but this might be a time to finally say, okay, you know what, self, I want to actually start relying on people who are close to me, who I trust, to get through these different things, or to help me, you know, establish where I'm trying to go, so on and so forth. Yeah, because look, we have Yang here again. This is after shuffling. All right, so let's get maybe two more from here, maybe three. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this reading. I know, like, I was on a hiatus and everything, but I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Um, Fork in the road, yeah, decisions. Everything comes down to decisions, which we've talked about more than once in this reading. Everything comes down to that. The fact that, you know, there are things that you know that you need to do. It's just a matter of doing, making that conscious decision. And for some of you, this is like major decision making stuff here. So I can understand why this could be, you know, off putting, or, you know, stressful. But at the same time, you know, sometimes, you know, we get so comfortable and complacent in our circumstances that we stay there stuck, with no movement, no growth, really ask yourself, what's better, staying stuck in my circumstances or taking that risk and that leap of faith and going towards something new? You know, it's one of those things that we all have to ask ourselves at some point or another, to get past it. I would even strongly recommend for some of you, this is going back to like putting on like my counselor hat, from when I went to school. There's a thing called a decisional balance sheet. Look it up online. Very easy. But there's sections on it where you have basically what would happen if you don't um, make a certain change in your life versus what will happen if you do. And then each of those are broken down into the pros and cons of each one of those things. And you'll always see that when it comes to making change, that side's always gonna, 9 times out of 10, is going to balance out to be more pros than cons versus the other side of that balance sheet. So again, decisional balance sheet. Look it up online. You could print one out for yourself if there's any times that you have these major decisions in life where you're trying to figure out the pros and cons, because it goes deeper than just pros and cons. It's like looking at the details of what would happen if you were to make that decision. Um, it's used a lot in like drug and alcohol programs, but it could be used for literally anyone when it comes to any decision. Um, and when you realize, like, when you look at it like on paper, and you're like, oh shit, yeah, I think it's time for me to make some changes. When you see it, like, in your own handwriting, you're like, oh shit, this is eye opening. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that, it might help make this decision a little bit easier for you, whatever this decision might be. To the sea, it's giving me this idea, or this energy of, I'm getting a couple of things. One, some of you might want to spend some time by bodies of water. Some of you might resonate with the idea of releasing energy or restoring your energy by spending time by bodies of water. Some of you might need to do a spiritual bath, I'm getting even. Um, I'm getting that for some of you, kind of, like that term, like throw it to the wayside, like just release it and let it go. I'm getting something like that as I look at this card. Yeah. It's almost like, the more that you just let life kind of flow, that's when you're going to feel a sense of more direction than you do when you try to be stoic and control everything and manipulate everything. Like if you look very closely, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see the picture because of the glare from the light, but there's like a compass, and then there's like binoculars, and then you have a woman in a bathtub with a piece of paper. Not sure how well you guys can see that, but clearly. And then, like, if you look, there's also a face in the background, right up there. Sources guiding everything. Um, if you just kind of surrender control and let things happen the way it's meant to, that's when you're going to also see some changes as well. Because that's when you're going to start to realize that there are certain things that are not for you. Those came out together. So sometimes, surrendering control, by doing so, you're going to allow for, how I said, things to fall at the wayside. Things are going to start to just kind of fall off when it comes to your life, where you're, feeling like things are heavy. Things are going to start to release on its own. You don't have to even really do much. Just surrender. Understanding that, we can't control everything. We can't. We can try. We're going to fail every time. So for the things that we can control, cool. For the things that we can't, we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta release and surrender control so that, the higher ups, whatever you believe in, God, spirit, source, ancestors, whatever you believe in, can take charge in those moments and guide us the rest of the way. Hope that makes sense. One more from here. I don't even think I need to pull anything else after this one last card. I have another deck on reserve just in case, but no, I don't think it's necessary. And then we have here and now. So, remember that card earlier? I don't know. It's in the deck. It's not out here. But the one that said in between worlds from the first deck that we pulled from. Excuse me. And also, as I analyze the cards too, the number 32 is on here, adds up to 5. It's about major changes. We talked about change this whole reading. So here and now is right here, right in front of our face, right? Understanding that it's about being in the present moment. Focusing too much on the past, that's gonna bring you all kind of angst and just you're gonna have all these negative, feelings. You're gonna have anger and resentment and shit like that. Um, Sadness, right? Because you're gonna be reflecting on the things that you need to release. If you focus too much on the future, that brings you anxiety and chaos too. But when you focus on the here and the now, that's when you start to realize, okay, by living in this present moment, that's also about kind of surrendering control too. You're not too focused on the past. You're not too focused on the present. I mean, on the future rather. You're focused on the here and now. And what can I do in this moment to prepare myself for the things that are to come, right? Versus just always thinking, oh, well, I have to do this. I have to do that to prepare for what's coming, tomorrow or a year, 5 years. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a plan, but just don't overthink it, right? Some of you might be air signs or have air in your chart somewhere. I do. I have a lot of air in my chart actually. Hence why it's almost like the air in my chart kind of cancels out the fact I'm a Sagittarius. Nobody believes me when I tell you that shit. They're like, "You're a Sagittarius?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh." I'm like, "What do you think I am?" They're like, "I don't know, but not no damn Sagittarius." Okay. But it's because I have a lot of air in my chart. I have Libra in there. I have Gemini. Um, I have more air in my chart than I have anything actually. So there's that. But yeah, so we have go the distance here, which is giving me a fast moving energy, right? Don't give up, perseverance. It's also giving me a sense of finality. And what I mean by that is by continuing this race that you find yourself in. I put air quotes there. It's just what I'm hearing. Um, it's like, you see that checkered flag there. It's about an ending, right? They're like, keep on going. Like the end of the worst is coming. You won't have to worry about certain things anymore. Then things are about to start looking up, and you're going to be able to release a lot of those things that no longer serve you. Um, and when that energy kind of comes through, yeah, the chaos and conflict. And I feel like I said something about that. I felt the energy, and I think I might have mentioned it. If I didn't actually say it, I thought it in my head. But yeah, it's like they're like, keep going the distance. Yes, there's been a lot of chaos. Yes, there's been conflict. Yes, there's been pain and the suffering and all these different things. But at the same time, you're approaching the end, and it's going to get better. It's going to look up. Um, just stay motivated, right? And that's when you're gonna start to see a lot of things start to shift and change. But I also understand that, there is also that sense of free will when it comes to making these decisions to allow these things to happen too, right? Yeah, I think a lot of you guys have been feeling very, very alone lately. Under, Understandably so, I get it. We have orphaned in the middle of the deck. Some of you literally might be orphans. Like your parents are not here, or you might have been put up for adoption. Um, that seems very specific. That's not going to be for everybody. For others, it could be just people having abandonment issues. But I am getting that, maybe during the course of this tougher time of your life, you feel a sense of abandonment and feel like, damn, when are things going to, again, get better? When are things going to look up? But there are a lot of changes happening. I saw the number 5 present itself a few different times in different cards. There's the energy of there are things changing. I also saw the number 11 a few times too. Things are about to start to shift and change. It's just a matter of making those conscious decisions, doing what you need to do for self, and then embracing the changes that are coming towards you. Will it be easy? Not necessarily, right? Because when we're kind of stuck in our bubble and of the ways that we've done things for a long time, it's hard to let those things go. I get it, trust me. But there are things about the that are about to start to shift and change in your life. So, with all that said, keep up the good work, guys, because I know that it's been seeming like, God damn, this has been such a journey, right? But things are looking up, and again, remember, I talked about it. If you were here like earlier in the reading, I was talking about, celebrating the smallest of victories, everything. Don't sell yourself short. I think this might be a bunch here who end up resonating with this reading, who don't know how to celebrate their victories, or they beat themselves up all the time and beat themselves down. Start acknowledging how far you've come on this journey of life. Okay? Because at the end of the day, it might not always feel like you've been, where you want to be, or, oh, I'm this age and I haven't done this, or I'm still doing that. And, but like, understandable. But at the same time, don't compare your journey to anybody else's. Your journey is yours and yours only. It's destined, it's fated to happen that way. This is your wheel of fortune. This is your destiny. This is your fate. And these are things that have to happen the way that they have to happen, so you can learn your lessons, to be able to bring in the things that are coming towards you. Have that greater sense of appreciation as these things come through, right? So I hope all that made sense. I hope that it was helpful. If any of you are new to the channel, I hope that you hit that subscribe button and that like button, all that good stuff. I am about to do free yes and no questions, one question per person. It will be all in the description and all that, and the title and all that stuff. One yes or no per person. Um, $5 for 3 cards, $10 for 5, and $15 mini reads. And for those of you who are here, okay, so I was supposed to do this like 2 weeks ago. Sorry, I apologize. So I'm gonna give you guys 2 words, okay? So if you type either of these words in the comment section during this next reading, you get a 3 free card spread. Or sorry, a free 3 card spread. So the word before was turkey. So if you guys are still, for those of you who were at the last reading where I mentioned that, not the last one, but like, the one, prior to that, if you remembered, great. I'm just giving a reminder. Turkey is one of them. And the new word is going to be, let's see. The new word will be community. That's a good one. Community. So if you type either one of those words, you will get a free 3 card spread. Turkey or community. And that's that. So with all of that said, I will see you guys in about maybe 10 to 15 minutes. And yeah, you guys are probably like, what the hell is she doing? I took my socks off because, like, you know how like when you have like tight like socks on, and like they're like squeezing on your leg, and then like you move the sock because you had them on like all day, and then like your skin gets like itchy. Like all of a sudden, I was like, oh my god, like this insatiable like need to scratch, and it just won't go away. I hate that shit. It's probably because my skin is dry. 'Tis the season. Good old New England weather. Don't know what to wear from one day to the next either. I had on fucking over the knee boots and jeans and a fucking sweater, and I'm just like, fuck, it's hot as fuck on this damn playground, chasing goddamn kids. But anyway. All right, guys, I love y'all, and thank you for being here. I hope that you guys got something out of this reading and that was helpful. You guys are the absolute best. And yeah, so I will see you guys again in, like I said, about 10 to 15 minutes. And yeah, so I'm going to set up, debrief, quick little meditation and things like that. Go pee. I definitely have to pee. Ooh, mac and cheese sounds good too. Maybe that'll be the next one. That's a good one. I was looking down and then this one's like stuck out like a sore thumb. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go with this one, especially because of what we were talking about during the reading. I guess it like Sparrows is like that's the word. But yeah, mac and cheese. I kind of like that maybe for next time. All right, guys. I love y'all. Mwah. I will see you guys soon. All right. Bye.